you know, I mentioned earlier about Kerry Joseph coming out of the game and what we call a bit of a mercy pulling, giving him a break from some of the hits he's been forced to face.
Corey Rogers gets a few yards on the return, so here comes Cody Pickett into the ball game. There's a penalty marker on the far side of the field. Argonauts have gone almost 80 minutes without scoring a touchdown. They've only scored 2 touchdowns over their last 15 quarters. And Bart Andrus, who is a guy who knows a lot about offense, has just not been able to get this offense going. 2009. And a lot, you know, can be related also to personnel.
Holding Toronto number 41 while the ball was in the air. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
So Cody Pickett takes over.
Yeah, and as if it isn't bad enough that he knew he was coming in to face a defense that's been swarming Kerry Joseph to this point, he also gets to take over possession for his first drive at his own 8-yard line.
Pickett. First pass is caught, and the first reception tonight for Tyler Scott.
Well, good start by Cody Pickett. Good confident throw. Buy himself a little bit of breathing room here. Gets decent protection.
This is not all new to Cody Pickett, though. He has been at quarterback for the Argos, playing time and starting time last year. From the rodeo rider, and he is brought down as well. The 5-yard line, it doesn't matter who it is, Joseph or Pickett. That's 6 sacks now for the Owls.
Cody Pickett is just a sitting duck here for Jermaine McElveen coming off this left end. Watch him working against Brian Ramsey here. Gets that right hand on the shoulder so Ramsey can't get his big mitts on the defensive end. Shoves him off. Create a clear path to Cody Pickett. Just great use of his hands. That's such a key to defensive line play. It's the way you use your hands to knock off the blocker.
Shell-shocked Argo team right now. Pickett gets it up to the 15-yard line. Mike Bradwell. A little breathing room here, though, for Justin Medlock to kick this away. You know, 16-0. The CFL is nothing going into the fourth quarter. We've seen a lot of those leads erased, but the way the Argos offense is unable to move the football, showing little resistance at all here tonight, you got to think this lead is very safe for these guys.
Well, and the way their defense has played throughout this football game.
Oh, and he's going to give up 2. Rather than kick it to the dangerous Larry Taylor. Put 2 more points on the board. The Argos will kick it away when we come back. 18-0. Safety conceded by the Argos, so they will kick it off. The Montreal Alouettes a chance to really seal this one here in the fourth quarter. Unless the Argos D can find a way to score. It's that kind of game. Shutouts in the Canadian Football League are a rarity.
Yeah, they sure don't happen often. There are so many ways to score in Canadian football. Toronto Argonauts just need to find one of them. No reminder after that safety. The Alouettes kicked off from just their own 25-yard line. Kicking off to the league's special teams player of the month in Larry Taylor. The combination of those 2 factors mean that the Alouettes have the ball at their own 46-yard line, so near midfield to start this drive.
Calvillo still throwing. Bratton. And He will be brought to the turf. Argo defense did such a good job with the Montreal offense in that first quarter and even into the second half, but the time of possession favors Montreal in such a dramatic way here tonight that you got a feeling that these guys in blue and white are gassed.
Well, this is exactly it. Your defense can only do so much. When you leave them out there on the field for such a long time against a team that basically plays a ball control kind of offense, meaning they'll throw a lot of short passes and they'll mix in some runs. You know, it's not like they're scoring in one long play. Your defense is out there for a while, and that takes its toll.
Second down, McPherson in at quarterback, and churning up the yardage once again. This time it's Kerry Carter.
And Ron, this is a sure sign of that fatigue we were just talking about. They hand off to the fullback, and all he needs is about 1.5 yards or 2 yards. But watch how many Argos are just getting pushed back here with the pile. Those missed tackles, inability to bring Carter down, that's just a sign of the fact that they have been worn out in this ball game.
Former Seattle Seahawk, Washington Redskin, Kerry Carter. Played his college ball at Stanford, U.S. Coburn, and for one of the few times tonight, stopped in his tracks by Zeke Moreno.
And it's not for lack of effort or even lack of execution by the Argo defense. You see Zeke Moreno's out there doing his job. The defense has hung tough. They've held this Montreal team to 18 points in this football game. 2 of those points came on a safety. By the time of possession, over 30 minutes versus 18 to this point.
Calvillo deep now, launching and caught near the end zone and pushed out by Willie Middlebrooks as Kerry Watkins at the 1.
What an adjustment to the ball by Kerry Watkins here as the ball is on its way. This has been a great matchup all night. Here you see Kerry Watkins on the outside. He's just running a go route, meaning he's going full speed down the field. He's got a step, but when the ball is thrown behind, Watkins makes a nice adjustment, holds up, gets his body turned, makes the catch as Middlebrooks overruns it on the play.
Anthony Calvillo tonight, 32 of 40, 341 yards. And once again, the Alouettes are sniffing end zone. McPherson in. Eric Wilson, the blocking back for Avon Coburn, who can't leap in this time. Zeke Moreno.
No quit in Zeke Moreno. So many times he's been there to meet Avon Coburn in the hole. The Argos defense, you sort of get the feeling they're trying to lead by example a little bit here for the rest of their team, particularly their offensive counterparts, demonstrating that they don't feel this game is over. Even the tackle by Middlebrooks to keep Kerry Watkins out of the end zone.
Second down, Coburn head first, touchdown. His second of the night, his 7th of the season. And now really the only question here tonight is whether the Argos will put any points on the board.
Well, Avon Coburn, give credit to the big boys up front. You see Big Scott Flory bury his man. Jeff Parrott cuts off a little more penetration from the inside. In goes Coburn for his second of the night.
Alouettes' inability to punch into the end zone. They've answered that bell here. Coburn a couple of touchdowns. Eric Wilson with one. 25-0 Montreal. CFL leading rusher, CFL touchdown leader. A lot of smiles on that Montreal bench. No wonder. Complete domination now, offensively and defensively. Jamal Robertson. Damon Duvall with the special teams tackle. The kicker knocks him out of bounds. So a pretty good possession starting here for the Argos and Cody Pickett.
We'll see if this Toronto Argonaut offensive line can buy a little bit more time for Cody Pickett than they did for Kerry Joseph. There you see Big Rob Murphy, the left tackle. One of the guys brought in to help stabilize this offensive line in the offseason.
Quick back pedal. And another catch made so far. Pickett's looked pretty good in relief. Mike Bradwell. And it's close to a first down. They're going to require a measurement here.
Pickett 3 for 3 so far throwing the football. Sacked once. You know, again, Kerry Joseph, often the quarterback is such a lightning rod for criticism. A lot of statistics like interceptions, incompletions. Those things go on the quarterback's record, but you know, there are so many other factors. We've got new receivers in there. Sometimes they're not where they're supposed to be, or they're not getting open. Got the offensive line and the running backs that sometimes aren't protecting.
Second and 1. As if the Argos needed any more controversy this season after last year, and not making the postseason, and Kerry Joseph and Michael Bishop at the time locked in a quarterback battle. For the points the last 3 games and 0 tonight. And Cody Pickett, the third string, actually started 2 games late in the season last year for the Argonauts. And then the Arland Bruce saga this year. And again, so many shuffles offensively and defensively for this team. Quick slant pattern to Tyler Scott, but that pass was astray.
And the Montreal Alouettes are not letting up at all, sending linebackers on blitzes here. It's all part of the master plan of Mark Tressman. Pedal to the metal at all times.
Saw Kerry Joseph signaling the play into Cody Pickett there. Trying to help out on the sideline. Pickett. And another overthrow. And there's a penalty flag, and interference call likely coming here.
The Alouettes are trying to argue for offensive interference here, but I don't think Davis Sanchez and Shea Emery are going to win that battle. Might have to call in their free safety / lawyer, Matthew Prue, to argue their case.
Montreal number 2, 10-yard penalty. First down.
Here it is here. No doubt. Yeah, Matthew Prue just became a lawyer. So here's the pressure now.
There you see Eric Wilson with Dominic Picard water skiing behind him.
Pickett now going deep. And caught by Corey Rogers. And finally, the Argos penetrate the Alouettes' red zone. It's the furthest now Toronto has been able to go into Montreal territory thanks to this play right here, the biggest of the game for Toronto.
Yeah, and you saw how the Argos used their motion to free up Corey Rogers as the 2 defenders collided, trying to switch responsibilities on the play. A well-thrown ball from Cody Pickett.
Trying to get them into the end zone now. Pickett And again, an overthrow. Reggie McNeil wanted an interference call. Felt he was stopped there in the end zone. Chip Cox.
And just to go back to that previous play, Rod, that is the kind of creative thing the Argos are going to have to do to help their receivers get open, because they don't have any dominant one-on-one players, guys who can just flat out be counted on to beat their defenders in those situations. So you're going to have to use some motion and formations to try and create mismatches and opportunities.
Pickett wants to take it himself and won't go anywhere. Down near the 3-yard line. Now it will be 3rd down. Bart Andrus sure is going to go for this here. The team's down 25-0. If they get stopped, though, that 0 stays up there.
Yeah,
now they just want some momentum.
Yeah, I like the call by Bart Andrus. I like this decision.
There we go. 3rd and touchdown to go. Pickett. That's it. 5:18 to go. And the shutout continues in Montreal.
The seasoned chicken is tender, juicy, and lightly breaded. The sauce is a mouth-watering blend of sweet and spicy. Every bite delivers a kick of Asian chilies, real red pepper flakes, and a hint of